To install an operating system in Windows 10 using VirtualBox. Today we are going to install the Kali Linux operating system in Windows 10 using VirtualBox. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to install VirtualBox from the site called www.virtualbox.org. Here, as per our Windows 10 operating system, we need to download the Windows hosts. So from here we can download the file which is of 103.10 MB. So after downloading it, we need to download the extension pack as well from the VirtualBox site. And as I have already downloaded it, I'm not going to download it again. So coming to the next, what we need to do is we need to download the Kali Linux operating system as we are going to install it in the VirtualBox. So by clicking on kali.org, we are going to see this Kali Linux Kali's official website. So here we can find the many things like bare metal virtual machines, ARM, mobile, cloud, container, live port, WSL. So as we are working on virtual machines, we need to click on virtual machines and we need to download the virtual box. As per my as per my laptop's configurations, I'm going to download 32-bit VirtualBox, which is of size of 3.2 GB. As you can see here, it's of 3.2 GB zip file. So as I have already downloaded it, I'm not going to download it again. So here we go. I am having my Kali Linux file here and the VirtualBox file here. So we are going to download it now. After installing the VirtualBox, it's a very easy process to install the VirtualBox. After installing the VirtualBox, we need to Kali Linux operating ISO file. Now we need to start working on it, and let's open Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager here to start with this. Before going to start this, you need to check whether the virtualization can be done or not. It can be achieved by pressing like Windows R. Just give here MS Info 32. Okay, then press enter. Here you can see the system summary, systems information. In the last, you can see here Hyper-V virtualization enabled in firmware. If it is enabled as S, then it can be the virtualization. It can be done in the VirtualBox without giving any problematic issues furtherly. So we need to check whether it is S or not. Let's close this and move on to the VirtualBox installation. Now let's start with the installation. Click on the machine and the new. Here we are giving the name as Kali Linux 2021.2, and the machine folder I have placed it in, and yeah, in local disk F I have placed this. So I have selected the local disk F as this machine folder, and the type of this you need to select it as Linux, and the version you should select it as Debian 32-bit. And moving on to the next. Shows the memory size. The recommended memory size is 1024 MB as given here. We can extend it up to 1500 MB. More than 1700 MB is not recommended. It's better to keep up to 1500 MB if possible. So moving to the next. The recommended size of the hard disk is 8 GB, and let's create a virtual hard disk now. VDI VirtualBox hard disk image. I need to click next, and the dynamically allocated next, and here we can give up to 10 GB. As you can see here, there are a lot of things like general system, display storage, audio, network, USB, shared folders, and description. Uh, all these we have many information here. So let's moving on to the next step. We need to get into the settings. Here in the general settings, we need to go into the advanced, and we need to open the shared clipboard. We need to convert it into bidirectional. Drag and drop. It should be in the bidirectional in the description and encryption. Is we don't need to do anything here. And in the display, the the resolution and the video memory can be shifted from 16 MB to I'm giving it as 100 MB, 93, and see here you can find here something like some green lines and the pink lines here. The green lines is suggestible and it should be recommended, and this pink line it refers not to it recommend. It is not recommended. So you need to be shift that possibility should be in the using the green lines. So moving on to the next, here the graphics controller should be always VM SVGA, and moving on to the storage, click on empty here, and the click on the CD disk like here, and you need to choose the disk file from here. As I have kept it in the local disk D, I'm selecting the Kali Linux installer file from here, disk image. So attaching it here, and moving on to the next, we need to check all these interfaces and then press OK. Now we are almost ready to start the Kali Linux operating system. So let's get into the next step. Let's start this step. As you see here, select startup disk. You need to cancel it here, and yeah, it will start virtual machine. Yeah, now you need to do the graphic install. Press enter. As you see here, after the installation, here it will ask to select a language. Press continue, and it asks about the country's origin of the country, and we will put the India and continue. And we need to give an key map to use. Let it be American English, and the configuration starts, and it detect and mount installation media is going on. After all the installations, now we came into the host name to enter the host name for this system. I'm just using my name as host name. Let's and let's continue, and we can skip this. For the new user, we can give the full name. So I'm giving my full name. Let's continue. We need to get the username for this account. Let's give the username as name, and continue. I'm choosing a password. And let's continue on this. Now the setting up the username and password has been done, and now some configuration installations has been going on. The partition disks, retrieving some crypto things. So the partition disks, we need to we need to select the guided use entire disk and click on continue, and we need to get this and continue. For the new users, continue. Finishing up changes in the continue. Write the changes to disk. Yes, continue. So now the installation of the base system has begun, and it takes some time. Let's be patient for some more time. If you see here, now all this installation and the configuration settings has been begun, and now we need to choose the software to install. Here given some options which are already pre-selected, as like a desktop environment, Kali's default desktop environment, top 10 the most popular tools, some of the pre-selected are there, and the GNOME, KDE Plasma, the last let them, we need not to select such sort of things, like they are much heavier, and it may cause some difficulties for us to run this software. So it's better to go on with the pre-selected things, and we need to get this defaulted selected things and continue there. Now the select and install software has begun, and now this takes a little bit of time, because it needs to install files of 1964, so it may take some time. So we need to be some patient. As you can see here, now we need to install the grub bootloader. Now press yes and continue, and then installing the grub bootloader, we need to select dev SDA option and continue. It may take about a couple of minutes, and it will we can get back into the installation. Few more steps to complete the process. As you can see here, the installation has been completed. So let's continue. The system has been uh, running in VirtualBox. Thank you. There is a one more step included. Sorry to say this. There is one more step included. We need to enter the username and password. As I given my username as Pritam, and the password as yes. You can see the successfully installed Linux OS operating system in VirtualBox. So this is the these are the steps to install Kali Linux or any other operating systems in VirtualBox. Thank you.